In this video, I want to walk you through the syllabus. Um, there's this thing going around among faculty members, who. So apparently, really, he's 48 years old. He has a wine too. Someone paid him money to say this. It's true what he says here.
A message from Big Snoop Deal Double G to all the university students. Yo, syllabus. You gotta do it. You gotta read it. Man, I'm telling you, the more you know, the further you go. Tell them Snoop Dogg sent you. Syllabus. I know all about it. Catch up so we can have a conversation. Don't be late. Let's go.
Well, apparently, someone paid quite a bit of money for him to say that. I'm not sure how those things work. What? 750 bucks just to do that? Well, dude, let me tell you. In this course, we can try to learn a little bit why Snoop Dogg can. Well, they misspelled his name, dude. We just learned here it was two G's. Snoop double G, yeah, D-O double G, yeah. 750 bucks. Wow. He looked like he just recorded on his phone. Anyway, dude, syllabus is pretty important. Let's get to the syllabus here and talk about it. Well, we would if Lalima was up. As you'll see here from the time, 3:25 a.m. I am a night owl. I work usually at night. It's just the way I am. It's the way I was wired. Okay, let's see here. Sometimes. Okay, well, let's do this. Sorry, I've got two computers here. I'm going to email the syllabus to myself. One second here, 750 bucks. Think about that. We have free markets that obviously are determining that someone should get that kind of money. Okay. Bear with me here for a second. Okay. Let's finally get to syllabus. Okay, so on the Lima, there will be a tab on the side that will say syllabus. So let's just presume that that's been done. It'll appear as a PDF. And I want to walk you through this. Okay. So as I stated in my introductory video, I'm primarily at the West Oahu campus. I actually live in Manoa. People say it's a far drive, but it's really not. Distances are farther on the mainland. Um, I'm in the E building. If you live on the west side or you're out that way, I am available to talk to individuals in person, but really the easiest way would be by email. You can use my phone. You can call me at my phone number, but leaving a voicemail, like how often do you check your voicemail? I'm not really much different than you. I don't check voicemail that often, so I wouldn't suggest leaving a voicemail. Send an email. Now, I'm not holding formal office hours because it just makes me feel depressed about myself. No one ever comes, and then I feel unloved. And but I'm available to talk. So, um, email me. Email me with questions, and I promise you that, generally speaking, within 24 hours, as long as it's during the week, I will get back to you. Now, we also do have a TA as well, a teaching assistant, Payush, and he, you can reach out to him as well. I've listed his email address. He and I will be talking on a pretty regular basis about individual students, about how the course is being carried out. Um, you know, we have very different schedules, I suspect. And you can email him content questions. Um, if it's more of a, like, can I get an extension on this, or what's my grade in this, you can send those questions to me. The teaching assistant would be more for content questions. He'll also be doing some of the grading um, when it comes to the assignments and the exams. So also, if it's about a specific grading issue, reach out to him first. Don't feel like you have to do it. There's no hierarchy in terms of the teaching assistant and myself. He and I are carrying out this task of teaching this course together. Um, so I know it's kind of corny and weird to say he and I are a team, but we're a rather large online class here, and it does take two of us to carry out the bulk of those duties. Um, so email content and some of the grading questions to the TA. Other things email to me, or you could even email both of us, and I'm sure somehow he and I will work it out. Okay, here's our description of the course. I didn't write this. It came from the catalog. Um, we do all these things. I don't know what else to say. We do what we're supposed to do here. All of these topics will be covered in this course. And then I have my kind of description of this course. What do I think that we are going to be doing based on the about 15 years I've been teaching? This is what I think we'll be able to accomplish. And again, I'm presuming you can read here. I'm just giving you an overview. Here are our student learning objectives. What do I think that we will accomplish in this course? And then now we get to the things that you are probably more concerned about. How will you be assessed in this course? Well, 20% total of your grade will be assignments and what are called a flip-grid reflection. The assignments are multiple choice questions based on each of the chapters or topics in this course. And then for the flip-grid reflection, one of the things that's difficult to carry out in this course is how do I ask you to graph things, especially if we're using La Lima. I know some of the other instructors for some of the other sections of this course, they'll have you sign up for kind of a fancy publisher-created thing where you'll have to, actively be drawing things. I'm not doing that. I'm going to have some news articles, and I'll ask you to talk about it for a minute and draw a simple graph to explain kind of what's going on. And it'll just be a video, and I'll explain a little bit more in a separate video about what a Flipgrid is, but it's basically a way for you to kind of just talk about things and draw things out like you would in a typical course. Those things together add up to 20%. Then you've got exam 1, 2, and 3. that in total add up to 80%. Notice here, if you just do well on the exams and you totally blow off the assignments and the reflection and the flip grids, you will do okay. You'll probably pass the course, but you will not do as well as if you did everything. There's really nothing that's unessential in this course. Everything is essential in some way, shape, or form. The third exam is comprehensive, meaning it covers all of the material for this course, which is why it is more points. The textbook, it is a free textbook. In fact, while I list on Lalima the PDF, some of you may find it nicer to read it online virtually like this. And I'll actually, come to think of it, I'll post this in Lalima as well if you want to go to things like this. Um, and it looks just like a regular textbook, like a regular textbook should. You can even do highlights, you can print things, except you don't have to pay anything for it. The only difference is that, you know, the pictures are dumber, right? I mean, I don't know how to say dumber, I shouldn't say that. It's not nice. You know, I don't even know what is this, a Nokia phone? I don't even know what this is. And what is it in Swedish? I think. I don't even know what it is. Okay, so you don't get a picture of an iPhone. I think I can deal with that. Um, and I think for saving as much money as you will, I think you can get away with that as well. Okay, let's go back to this. Flipgrid is free to sign up for. I will walk you through how to do that. Lalima is obviously paid for by the university with your tuition dollars. These are the dates to keep in mind. If you want to drop this course, you've got a few days to get all of your money back. You've got until the middle of September to get half of your money back, and you've got till early November to actually withdraw from the course. Academic integrity. You should read this, but it really does come down to don't cheat. And it's really not gray. I know we all find ways to justify things that we know we shouldn't do, but if you at all have any doubt that you should be doing it, it's probably not the right thing to be doing. If you have any questions about it, you can obviously talk to me about it. This is the official academic integrity policy. I don't like enforcing it. I will enforce it because it's not fair to the others if I don't enforce it, but I don't like having to enforce it. And I don't think you want to have it visited upon you either. It's just, it happens. I know it's the world, and there will be someone, I'm sure, in this academic year that will fail to meet my standards of academic integrity. But quite honestly, all that my job is I just report it to the university, and the university handles it. And that's unfortunate for you because at that point, once you've done that, it goes outside of the relationship you and I have as professor and student, and however we know each other. It then goes to administrators, it goes to student affairs, it goes to individuals on the campus, and it probably, at a minimum, will result in you failing whatever that thing is. And if it's an exam, it probably means you're going to fail the course and we'll have to take it over again. And you will have to either then be honest with your parents or someone about why you failed the course, or you can lie about that and it will stick with you forever, for decades to come, of how you cheated in a certain course. And you probably will hopefully be ashamed of it if you've grown as a person over time. You really should not do it. You really, really should not. Accommodations. You would know it if you have them. You should speak to someone in Disabled Student Services to start to carry that out. I can't take things from you. I can't take direction from you. I have to get my instructions from them. I know it does take some time, but if you reach out to them now and things start to come due before I get that official notification, just let me or the TA know, and we'll kind of find an interim solution until we get that formal documentation from them. Classroom policies. The classroom policies are pretty straightforward. The biggest thing being that I don't like giving extensions. I'll do it if it's needed and if it seems like the absolute right thing to do, but I don't like doing it, and it's primarily because it's not fair to everyone else in the course. And I know that's a phrase everyone uses, and but I really do truly believe it. It's not because I don't think that people don't ask for it in the real world, and that it's my job to prepare you for the real world. Because one, it's not my job to prepare you for the real world. That's your parents' job, and I'm not your parent. And also, quite honestly, in the real world, everyone asks for extensions. I ask for extensions all the time. I asked for extensions in college all the time too, and I didn't get them all the time either. And this isn't some psychological thing where I never got it, so now I'm not giving it to you, or the opposite. I never got it, so now I'm going to give it to you. No, it's just that we know what the expectations are here. Let's try to be good to each other and honest to each other. If you're going through a tough time or something, reach out to me. What's the worst I'm going to say to you? No, I'm not going to put it against you. It's harder asking me after the fact, quite honestly. It's easier, even if you ask me just 2 days before a thing is due, it's easier for me to give you an extension than if you ask for it the day after. It's far, far, far easier. Um, we are a big enough class and we are an online class that you may feel anonymous, but you're not. You're known in some way, shape, or form. By reaching out to me, you become more known, and you can tell me what your circumstances are. I'm not gonna if someone's dying and they're not your grandparents, it's just a close friend. I'm not gonna ask you for like, a death certificate. I'm not gonna ask you for an obituary. Like, you all live lives. Reach out to me in some way, shape, or form, and if my sense is you're being an honest person, and I think that it's the right thing to do, then you'll have that extension. If it's not, I mean, don't lie. I mean, I've heard almost every lie already about these kinds of things. Um, just be honest, and whatever the consequences are, that's what they are. Here's the grading scale. I have no um, deviating ability from this. This is what the university sets out as the grading scale. Now, this is the most important part then of this entire syllabus in some way. It's what the schedule is. I am, as opposed to maybe some of your other courses, I'm a pretty firm believer that with online, you should have some ability to make your own schedule. And basically what I did is I created 3 parts to this course. So I took the 12 topics that we're going to cover in this course and I divided them up into 3 parts. The first part, all the materials will be due September 27th. In the second part, October 25th. Third part, December 10th. Those 3 dates are incredibly highly important. If you've got something big happening on one of those days, then you need to work ahead to get your stuff done before that date. These are really the only 3 deadlines that exist in this course. So your inability to meet one of these 3 deadlines, you're not going to get a lot of benefit of the doubt if you just say, oh, the deadline blew, it just escaped me. I didn't even think about the deadline. There are only 3 deadlines. There are only 3 dates to remember. It is these 3 dates. And unfortunately, missing one of those means you're going to miss if you just don't do anything for part 1, you're going to miss all of the things that were due September 27th. That's a lot of things. In fact, it's enough that you probably will not pass the course. Meaning, work ahead, don't delay. Now, what I'm going to outline here is kind of a weekly schedule, but as I say here in the green, it's only my suggestion of how you should carry out your work. Each of these dates you'll notice are spread out about a month apart. I think each part will take about a month for you to complete. Some of you are going to work ahead, and you're going to work so far ahead. There's been people, I don't laugh when I say this. There's going to be someone in this course of 65 students, at least one person, but likely 2 people, who's going to finish the entire course in 4 weeks. Maybe it's their only course. Maybe they just got to get it done because they know they got something else big in some other course. Maybe they cheated in this course a previous time, got failed it, now they're doing this course a second time. I don't know what it is, but someone always gets this course done in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. You have that ability to do this and do that in this course. You can just plow through all 12 topics and get it done. But for those of you who are the opposite of that and like to slack, I'm only going to let you fall so far behind. That's the point of these 3 deadlines. Okay, so then I give you kind of a schedule. In week 1, I think you would be working on topic 1. In week 2 and in week 3, you're going to be working through topic 2. I'm sorry, in week 2, you're going to be working through topic 2, and in week 3 and 4, you're going to be working through topic 3. In week 5, I mean, hopefully you're working on the assignments and all these other things before that, before you go on to each topic. But basically, week 5 is kind of like a catch-all week where you're basically finishing up all the assignments, finishing up all the flip grid reflections, and you're doing the exam. So that by the end of that week, September 27th, by 11:55 p.m., all of those things are done. Meaning, if you miss the September 27th deadline and you did none of those things, you did none of the assignments, reflections, or exam, you probably will fail the course. So just work on things over time. Don't wait. Don't delay. I give you the ability. I'm giving you the freedom. Some would say to fail, but I'm giving you the freedom to have other courses where you're going to have a really intense third week in that course that you can realize that, recognize that, plan your schedule, and then do more work in week 2 or week 4, whatever it is, or even in week 5. Just know September 27th, you need to be completed with topics 1, 2, and 3 and take that first exam. Then we get to part 2 of the course. Now the big deadline is October 25th. And there we're going to be working on in week 6, topic 4, week 7, topic 5, week 8, topic 6. And then we have our week 9, this 1 week period, where you're doing those topics. All those things are done, and you're doing exam 2 by October 25th. And then this last part is a little bit longer, so there's a few more topics at least. But I think many of you will find this part the most interesting for those of you who like macro. And it deals with things like money and banking, monetary policy, fiscal policy, all these kinds of things. And so basically from end of October all the way to December, we're working on 6 topics. Money and banking, monetary policy, fiscal policy, macro policy around the world, financial crises and development. All of these things must be completed by December 10th, and that would be when you take the 3rd exam, which is a comprehensive exam. That's it. That's the course. 12 topics where you know that for each topic there's going to be a La Lima assignment and a flip grid reflection, and that when you get done with all the topics for a part, there's going to be an exam. That's all there is to this course. There's no weekly discussions. There's no gotta log in and reply to someone else. There's none of that stuff. You can totally blow off this course for 3 weeks in a row and still do fine in this course if you know that you're going to have a really shitty week or 2 where you've got to do all the topics. That is your choice. I don't dictate, how you cover the topics. My only job in this course really is to explain economic theory as best as possible and help inform you about what that theory is, inspire you to study it more. But, I'm not your uncle, I'm not your father, I'm not your counselor, I'm not any of those things. I can give you advice if you seek it, but I'm not going to dictate to you. It's part being an adult. I guess adults usually say adult, which sounds fancier, but Um, you know, you get to decide how you will accomplish these 12 topics and learning these 12 topics. Okay, so that's the syllabus. Snoop Dogg again would say that you've got to read this, and I'm hoping with this long video, I've now walked you through it.